Good evening and welcome to the Lagos studios of IATV. I am Adegboyega Labiron with the news. The Senate passed the City University of Technology, Yaba, Bill 2018 for second reading today. The decision followed a motion by Senator Gbenga Ashafa at the plenary presided over by Senate President Bukola Saraki in Abuja. The bill sought to transform the Yaba College of Technology, Yaba Tech in Lagos State, to the City University of Technology, Yaba. Ashafa, who represents Lagos East Senatorial District, had argued that if the bill is considered, it will enhance the capability of the institution to achieve 8 set objectives. A day after some sections of the ever-busy Lagos-Ibadan Express were closed to traffic, commuters have continued to lament the level of hardship occasioned by the closure. Some of them who spoke to IATV say it is gratifying that the government is working on the road, but would want the authorities to work with human face so as to avoid paralyzing businesses due to the construction works. They confessed that it was better done at night when there will be less traffic as against the daytime.
This is the Magboro end of the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway. Here, the traffic diversion by the FRSC and sister government agencies starts to speed up construction works, which has lasted for over 4 years.
We have demarcated the road. When the motor will be passing the other side, they will be passing the other side.
Mustafa is a site engineer of the construction firm. He is optimistic that the 3-day deadline for the barricade is sufficient for the proposed asphalt coating on the selected portions of the road.
So now we promise the masses of the transporter that at least for 3 months to this time around, we conclude here and open the road for people to pass freely.
Many of the road users say it is a fine idea, but the cost of the barricade on commuting along the ever-busy road appears untold, especially during the peak hours of the day.
In fact, I don't know where to start. I don't know where to end because we have been facing a lot of traffic on this road.
Boriga is a commercial driver whose source of livelihood lies on how many trips he commutes each day. He says life was difficult as he managed to do only a trip Wednesday evening due to the traffic. This is as against the 4 to 5 trips he makes on an average day.
It has been very stressful, very hectic. It's been a very terrible experience.
Like Boriga, Lekon also have similar experience as a commercial driver plying the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway. Though they are distressed with the hardship inflicted on them by the temporary closure, their hope is high that a day is coming when the traffic gridlock will belong to the past along the road. They, however, want the government to also provide adequate logistics to take care of broken down vehicles so as to ameliorate the spate at quick traffic build up on the road.
I just say let's talk our government to be help us fast to be do this road. So if it is fast now, everybody will go enjoy it better.
2 vehicles should be here, 1 should be there, 1 should be here. So that if any vehicle have an issue, so that they should remove it immediately.
The Federal Road Safety Corps, however, assured that the temporary closure will end tomorrow, the 24th of May 2019. It is therefore ideal to either take alternative routes or avoid the affected parts of the road during the peak hours of the day. Thompson Andrew, IATV News, Lagos.
The immediate past governor of Ekiti State, Ayodele Fayose, on Thursday congratulated Kayode Fayemi over his election as the chairman of Nigeria's Governors Forum. On his verified Twitter handle, Fayose described the victory as well deserved for the governor and the entire people of Ekiti. Fayemi will take over the leadership of the NGF from Governor Abdulaziz Yari of Zamfara State. The new accreditation guidelines for media organizations and journalists covering the National Assembly are still receiving knocks and criticisms as many Nigerians consider the move as an effort to further suppress press freedom.
In the view of media practitioners and concerned Nigerians in Lagos, The National Assembly's media accreditation guideline is repressive, indicating that the leadership of the parliament has plans to trample on media's rights to the freedom of expression and information. Journalists and public affairs analysts who spoke with IATV News said the 20 conditions, which include evidence of 50,000 daily views for online media, 40,000 newspaper copies in daily circulation for traditional media, among other stringent conditions, will gag journalists and violate media freedom if allowed to see the light of the day.
You see, it's a shame that the management of National Assembly at this critical time in this our democracy, all they could think about is how to gag the press, how to make it difficult for journalists to cover the group of people that are meant to represent us, which ordinarily should be an open door. Ordinarily, the National Assembly should be open.
I think the National Assembly is overstepping its bounds. We journalists believe that we should regulate ourselves as to professional qualifications and all of that. It is not the National Assembly that will tell us the standards for the practice of journalism.
They also reacted to the failure of the Nigerian government at all levels to embrace the full implementation and domestication of the Freedom of Information Act in their various domains.
The freedom of the press is not freedom for journalists alone. It's also freedom for people. Because if the press is not free, the people will be denied access to information that they need to make informed decisions in a democracy.
Some states, after that's like 5-6 years ago, some states are still telling us that they have not internalized that law. They have not enacted their own act to enable people to seek information about what they are doing. So we are ripe. Everybody deserves to know how the money of the state is being spent. More so, this money is a public fund, it's not private fund, but a lot of things are shrouded in secrecy.
Although the Senate President Bukola Saraki has ordered investigation into the drafting and release of the new guidelines without prior knowledge of the political leadership of the parliament, Nigerians still await the speedy reversal of the accreditation guidelines, which was slated to take effect on the day of inauguration of the 9th Assembly. Faith Agbetuya, IATV News, Lagos.
In response to Nigeria's new population data released by the United Nations, stakeholders have urged the government to make adequate resources available to its teeming masses. The stakeholders raised concerns over Nigeria's population explosion, stressing that overpopulation will further cause a strain in the nation's inadequate supply of basic resources to its citizens. Folashade Ogunride has the details.
According to a 2019 United Nations population estimate, Nigeria has a population of over 200 million people, making Nigeria 2.6% of the total world population. Over the years, Nigeria has experienced steady rise in a population index from 41,085,000 in 1955 to over 200 million in 2019. This rapid rate has raised concerns in various quarters. This has been highlighted as reasons for shortage of basic infrastructure such as constant power supply, good roads, quality education, quality healthcare, and security of lives and property. With a further projection that it is expected that Nigeria's population by 2050 would be over 410 million, experts are already canvassing what is expected of the government in order to create a balance between available resources and Nigeria's population.
If Nigeria's population is growing, we know that Nigeria's population is growing. What government should do is to make concerted efforts by equally paying attention to the means by which they can sustain that population, taking cognizance of the fact that we have various needs.
Dr. Popola further explained policies the Nigerian government could enact to control overpopulation and unavailability of resources.
We need to enlighten our people that the time of raising a large family is over. Now, even if government is saying the policy is 4 per family, you have to think about the resources. Is it not the same thing we are talking about to arrive at whether a country is overpopulated or underpopulated? You have to think about your pulse. You have to think about the means of taking care of those children.
A cross-section of respondents around Akoka Unilag campus expressed their fear on scarce resources such as jobs, housing, roads, water and electricity.
My fears really is that the government really has not made sure we have enough infrastructure to even accommodate the past population we had, talk less of the new one now.
This continues to happen, our youth will end up being really, really bad people, and it will tarnish the image of Nigeria as a whole.
Corruption as the 2 basic things that will negatively impact overpopulation in me. And then positively, I actually don't see any way it can positively affect us, because overpopulation figure won't do anything.
Nigeria's rapid population should be a cause of concern for both the Nigerian government and the people to give meaning to the national population policy to ensure that basic resources provided bring relief to her citizens. Folashade Ogurinde reported for IATV Lagos.